If we could have a roll call.
Lively,
Here.
Ford,
Here.
Van Zant,
Here.
Hopper,
Here.
Webb.
I believe we do have a quorum. I would like to make a motion on the consent agenda that we group 1 through 7 together.
I'll second that.
If we could call for a vote at this time.
Are you grouping and approving?
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. I would like to group and approve items 1 through 7. I would like to amend my motion.
Lively,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Van Zant,
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, are there any remarks or inquiries by any audience members not pertaining to any items on the agenda? Let's give this just a moment.
This is not on the agenda, but where are we with Strong Minds? Do we have anybody yet?
Mm-hmm. Single patient back.
One patient?
Yep.
Okay.
I did speak to somebody else about their parent, so I don't know if they'll reach out or not, but they're in the beginning stages of cognitive decline.
It'll help.
And I said, hey, have you thought about the Strong Minds program out at the hospital? And they weren't aware of it, but since it's here locally, she was gonna
Absolutely, tell her to reach out.
do some checking, and I'll see her again tomorrow
Or
and
give my
see,
cell phone number, doesn't matter.
see if she's done any checking or anything.
We'd love to have them.
One thing I'd like to bring up that's not on the deal that I'd like to see on the agenda, and I'd like us to revisit the idea, is going back and getting a credit card, for Kelly.
We have one.
Do we?
Yeah, it's a cohesive credit card, but we have one, yeah. So we got a $3,500 limit, yes, sir.
Okay, so we got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Never mind, I'd like to.
Just disregard that whole thing?
Disregard, yeah. Okay, moving on to the financial report.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go over the financial summary for May. Our current month average daily census is 12.55. That's down 3 days from April and up 1 day from the year-to-date monthly average. The acute payer mix for May is 48% for Medicare and Medicare Managed Care, with prior month being 64%. Swing bed payer mix for May was 86% for Medicare and 12% for Medicare Managed Care. Year-to-date percent for Medicare is 83%, and the year-to-date Medicare Managed Care percent is 17. Operating margin is a positive 104,000, which is up 60,000 from April. The 2026 year-to-date operating margin is 448,000. Net patient revenue was 1.71 million for the month. It's an increase of 43,000 from last month and an increase of 74,000 from the 2026 year-to-date monthly average. 340B revenue was around 8,000 for May and expenses were 7,000. Operating expenses are at 1.62 million for May. This is down 48,000 from last month and up 48,000 from the year-to-date monthly average. Patient days were at 389, that's down 66 days from April. Cash receipts for the month were at 2.07 million. This is an increase of 418,000 from the monthly average and a decrease of 127,000 from April. Cash disbursements were at 1.83 million. Cash balance at month end was 1.02 million, giving us about 19.5 days of cash on hand. For the clinic, the May average visits per day were 14. Year-to-date revenue for the clinic is 387,000. Operating expenses are at 460,000, with a year-to-date net loss of 73,000 for the clinic. Any questions for us?
Is there any other major expenses that we will see for the clinic for the rest of the year? Or are we projecting our loss for the clinic at around 200,000 or under 200,000 for the year?
Say it under 200.
Let me pull up my
But there's nothing like
projections right here.
huge
There's
that
no
like,
big expenses coming up.
Just a second, let me grab
We
it.
will have a little increase in salary, because we've been functioning without an LPN in the clinic, and we just recently hired one, so you will see a little increase in that also.
Okay.
But
So right now, the 12-month projected is a loss of $175,000.
And that's about half of what we were the year before, is that correct?
That's correct.
Right, last year we lost $313,000.
Say, I know it's 300 something.
Yeah, I was thinking it was almost closer to 4, so that's amazing. So
Yeah.
what do we think is just the increase in daily visits?
Increase the
Visits,
daily-
our swing bed visits are definitely a driving factor there.
Yep.
Yes.
So we've
And there's
increased-
been some consistency in providers.
Are we,
Right.
are providers happy and
Mhm.
we got them locked in to where we don't think they're gonna want?
Both of them did the HRSA grant, to where they're getting their student loans repaid, so
Wow.
they'll
Okay.
both be here for minimum 2 years, 2 more years.
They're getting what paid?
Their student loans paid
Oh,
back.
okay.
Great.
You know, the main driver is that the hospital has done such a great job in their volumes this year on the swing bed side, and that trickles down directly to the clinic. And since we've been doing so many swing bed visits and having them on the clinic side, one just directly positively has a positive impact on the other. Secondly, Medicare and Medicaid are our best reimbursement pieces. They reimburse us materially better than the commercial does on the clinic side. So it's really attributable to the entire consolidated practice, but all driven from the job that Kelly and all the team has done out there, and the case management team has done in keeping the swing bed population so full.
Great. Does anybody else have any other questions in regards to the financial report?
It appears as no.
Okay, moving on to item number 9, discussion of possible action to approve the MRMC and Bank First Agent of Record letter for CFC Underwriting Limited for cyber insurance.
This goes along with the other ones that we approved last month. We couldn't approve the CFC one because we hadn't renewed it yet. Remember, if y'all remember, that was on the last agenda to approve the cyber insurance. That was through Insurica. Now that that's scheduled away, it'll go to Bank First as our agent of record instead of Insurica. So we just have to create this for them also.
And this is just for the agent to fight for the best cost
Correct.
on the facility's behalf and to try to get things as consolidated as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Just trying to make sure I remembered correctly.
The
That
guy
is
spoke
correct.
to us on the phone.
Hmm?
It was the guy that spoke
The
to us on
gentleman
the
that was
phone.
on the phone, yes, ma'am.
Yep.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve.
I'll second.
If we can call for a vote at this time.
Lively.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Van Zant.
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes.
Staff or board remarks, does anybody have any remarks or inquiries by the governing members, hospital, whatever?
Dennis does have a little discussion over the One Big Beautiful Bill. Corey, do you want him to do it here or under new business? It's just-
You can do it over here.
Okay. Dennis, if you wanna go ahead and go over the, your information for the One Big Beautiful Bill, you can here.
Sure, I'll try to be really brief. So a reminder, the Big Beautiful Bill, which is supposed to start hitting negatively rural hospitals, or I should say rural healthcare in general, around fiscal year 2029, and particularly Medicaid. And those numbers they're not really estimates out there, but that's just what the belief is. And to offset that, they passed already the Rural Health Transformation Program, and this is something we covered a few months ago. And that was $50 billion that was going to be shelled out in over a 5-year period of $10 billion per year. The state of Oklahoma received over, of that distribution, over $1,117,000. And that equates to approximately $223 million per year. And so there is a 5-year budget period where this money is being distributed. And the first one period was from December to October of 2026. The next one will be from November to October 2027 and so forth. So this is over the next 5 years. These awards, they're called micro grants, and they're being distributed a little at a time. The first one funding was on April 13th, and then there's a schedule of funding. June 15th was the next one, and the next two are July 10th and July 20th, but that's all we know at that time. And we are provided these notices of funding opportunities, and so our teams have been going through and looking at every, what the restrictions are, because there are some, each one has different things that you cannot use them for, like payroll and things like that. So, and then they have a list of things that you can use those funds for. So our administrators and our clinical and operations team have been going through those and trying to identify opportunities, and then we are submitting those at each time, basically to try to win whatever funding we can. And one of the things we're competing against is everybody in that specific county that is in healthcare. In Oklahoma, there are 77 counties. 2 are not available for use, and that is, or don't qualify, and that's Tulsa and Oklahoma County, because they're considered urban. So all of these funds are divvied up among 75 counties, and again, you can have multiple entities applying for funds in one county. And I have a list, and we're tracking those, and there's also on their website, you can track and see who received what. And I will tell you that there are some examples, and I'll give you one that says, well, there's some creativity involved on this and thinking outside the box. But one county received a full court basketball, or I should say basketball court, and I think that was just under $50,000. So again, we'll continue to update these throughout over the next 5 years and throughout this fiscal year as they become available. But that's all that's been published. And I did a one-pager, and if you don't have that already, we'll make sure it gets to you.
Any questions to Dennis on the subject? Okay. Just like to say thank you to everybody at the hospital. My son was in a little bit of an accident and had to take him there. And when talking to other family members, the complete and utter shock of you take your son to the hospital, you get stitches by a doctor, and you're out in under 45 minutes is literally unheard of in the North American world.
Yeah.
And that's pretty incredible, and I don't know that you could find that anywhere else. And I think we have top-notch care right now. And when I think about where we were at when I started on this board, and the level of things that are said, every time that somebody's passed in Mangum or is about ready to pass and I'm talking to them, they can't stop raving about the level of care that they received. I get this compliment with nobody knowing that I sit on the board week after week, and it's a testimony to the hard work of you two gentlemen and the hours that you put in. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you, and to everybody at that hospital just seems to have such an amazing attitude, and I think that clearly comes from the top. And I thank you two gentlemen and Cohesive. You're doing an exceptional job. So that's just my opinion.
Thank you, we appreciate that.
Anybody else have any board remarks? Do we have any new business that could not be seen before the agenda had been posted? Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
We could call for a vote, please.
Lively,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Van Zant,
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes. Was it Scooter Rick? I saw